Dude, holy fuck. I've never had this one.
It looked like a weld, what he showed. Like, it was like welded on to like something inside of there, but I could be completely wrong. Or it was just like on there. And it's like coming off. And then my ball joint is like, I don't know, he said you can see it. And that it was fucking also dirty as shit.
Did he make it seem like it was like...
Yeah, but I feel like he was definitely lying. So, about like the ball joint and the control arm. The brakes though. Yeah, the brakes are cooked too. The back ones. Said I was good on the front ones for a while though, so I've been just like. But at the same time, I need to get that shit.
Yeah, you should definitely get the back brakes, because that would not be
a whole lot of weight on the front. Those shits might just snap. That's what I've been afraid of, bro.
Yeah.
But that shit just like fucking...
I should have brought
family dinner.
I have this mount that you can like...
It's like this... Have you seen the suction cup one? That's like the 2 suction cups.
This.
Yeah. It has that arm that comes down and you can... Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Dude, what do you think Bedkey is? Betty check on the fence.
You mean your bat?
It says bed check.
Yeah.
Is there another letter on the list then? No, it's bed check.
Excited.
Or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'll search it up on my phone. I've never seen. It looks like it would be like a fucking high school track or like a middle school track sort of a thing, but... Oh. Is it? It's a middle school. Okay. Franklin Financial. What?
This is what it shows for Bedichek Middle School. The photos.
Oh, so they're like bummy. They look like they suck at every single sport possible.
Yeah, money.
Bedichek Middle School. Posted. Why? I wonder, what's a Bedichek? What does that mean? Let's see.
Possibly originating from Old French Bedich to bless.
What's their mascot?
The Bobcat.
I guess it makes sense. Bedichek, Bobcats,
maybe.
Maybe Bobcat.
Bedichek, Bobcat. And then go to Bedichek and go over it.
Oh, the bad one.
For whatever, yeah, I did. There was like, I feel like I've driven past a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, what? We just go to like schools in the area. I was like under the impression, dude, yeah, like there's a shitload. And they're not just like, I mean, I guess some of them are all alternative, but it's like, dude, there's like 7, 8 elementary schools within like probably a 5-10 mile radius. And then like 4 middle schools and like 3 high schools. I'm like, what? I feel like when I'm in natural conversation with people, like it's easy for me to get into and express all like the points that like I would make on like a podcast and like get into stuff and just like talk immediately about stuff. And like, yeah, you tend to like say the same thing to multiple different people usually. Same things, you know, whether it be like news in like society or news in your life or like news because of like a relationship or a friendship or in the family or whatever it might be. Like, it's always something to talk about. But then when it comes to like trying to put stuff out in a consistent manner that's valuable to people, I feel like I didn't like... I feel like for what... I feel like I'm not studied up enough on what people want to hear from me.
Yeah.
And I guess like... I could say that, but that's like not fully true because like... just because I'm not studied up doesn't mean I can't like talk about how I feel and like my experiences and stuff like that. But I'm not like, I don't know. Oh no, it's just like confusing to like organize my brain on like one thing all the time.
Well, bag or fat. Like, that.
Not like an ADHD standpoint.
And bad thing.
Like I can't focus on one thing.
No, I put it
But like
in a bag on my man bag.
diving into like everything with the food, or like right now I'm like researching about like the paper trail and like the pharmaceutical industry, and like really in depth like how this shit works, and like how the food industry works, how like lobbying works. Because like I feel like these are concepts like people just like innately understand that like I've never read up on or like understood for myself. And like I'm also trying to learn about like world history and all of this stuff, so it provides like more context on top of like the paper trail type of stuff and like lobbying type of stuff. But I'm like, yeah, for me to like take it seriously and like actually sit down and like talk, like right now, like I probably will upload this just for the sake of like I got to this point a little bit, and it's like I guess me explaining honestly like where I'm at, but it's like, I don't know, kind of funny. Like it makes me wonder if like everyone who does this type of stuff, like obviously people do, like the people who can like, you know, like the typical people, you know, who can sit down and like rant on a subject, and that's usually like politically, but and like yeah those people are pretty studied up because they just naturally pay attention to it like crazy. But all of the stuff that I'm passionate about isn't stuff that like you see like in the media and you pay attention to, like politics or like this, that, and the other, and have like an open opinion on based on like just history facts. The stuff I pay attention to is like all like the stuff we've been raised to pay attention to, like, you know, mind over matter, like manipulation of the mind, like it's not like we were raised to purposely not trust the government. If anything, it was like the opposite, but it's like to question the system, I guess, per se, just in the standpoint of like not believing in like the pharmaceuticals and prescriptions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like we have that context.
Yeah, that is very true. I never thought of it like that. Like,
but on top of this, it's like what I'm now like, what I'm passionate about the food stuff, and the majority of people have followed me because of that. Yeah. But like I'm not passionate, like nearly as passionate about it as like the next guy. Passionate enough to like want to like learn up on all the science and like get really, really, really in depth. Like I'll learn like like a little bit more than base level, and have learned. But like like I don't care to go into all of that. Really, I just like have a good general idea of like, dude, the less I can fucking drink shit like this. Like ideally, I'm never doing this. And like in some standpoint, like when I'm in like a good place in life and like I've got other areas organized and I'm not so just like trying to stress limit, like compress the stress all the time, like it's easier for me to like get in a calm flow of being able to eat clean all the fucking time. So, yeah. But like this, like a time like this, like you wanted to grab one of those, then it sounded good to me, and I'm like, you know, I don't know, all of that to say, like, but there's people, but like the thing, a lot of people following me, like this will probably be the first time if they do choose, like if people do choose to watch this, like all the way through to this point, and they're like, they'll probably think I'm a fucking hypocrite. And it's like, I do give a fuck about all of this stuff, and I'm pushing to shop at like the farm.
You also like rarely do, like the last time I've seen you with a Taco Bell cup in your fucking hand is like actually like,
I guess that's true. I mean, also like social media is so much more volatile than like what it is in real life. Like people don't know like who you are, like your background and all of that type of stuff, but people would think I'm a hypocrite. And there is a part of me that is like, I'm not, like there's some cognitive dissonance of like, I'm not acting in accordance, like, I'm not, what's the term, what's the saying? Not drinking my own potion, but, like, I'm not, oh my gosh, acting in accordance to, like, what I speak on.
Kind of know what you mean. I feel like
There's a term, there's, like, a saying or phrase, like,
that hurt my fucking brain.
drinking my own potion, eating my own soup. I don't fucking know. It's something along those lines.
Fuck, like making your own bed.
No, making your own bed is like, yeah, if you knowingly walk into like a shit relationship with like some demoness chick that you know is just gonna be so horrible for you. Like if you would have,
Yeah.
like you're making your own bed with that one dude. He's giving you every bit of the sign as to why this is literally like terrible for your life. Absolutely no upward trajectory or worthwhile learning lesson is going to be taken from this that couldn't be learned before.
Yeah, that would have been so terrible.
Yeah, I'm glad that you were like pretty quick to be like, all right, word. Because that would have been you know who just like completely repeated. But for you. And worse. Because that chick was openly like, hey, are you cool with me being a complete whore online publicly? Like, bro, she asked permission to be a slut. That's the craziest shit. Would you be okay? Like,
Right, dude. It was Dad was like, I don't know,
strike
bro.
you like the type of
It was whenever you guys were
that
all
would be
bitching
okay
at
with
me.
that bitch.
It was when you guys were like all bitching at me. It was the day before. Like you guys.
That
were
was
bitching.
mainly just because it was funny. We were going at you that hard
No,
because
yeah,
it was
I
the
know.
three of us
But
standing
then the
there. and it
day
was just you.
after, she fucking said that, and I was like, oh my fucking gosh, bro. Like it couldn't be more of a sign. There's no other, like, there literally could not have been another sign. But, like, hope it works out for her, I guess. Fucking, she was a cool chick, but no hate.
She was only cool because you liked how she fucked you. And that's real.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
That is like
That was still
primary factor there, 100%. The whole thing about continuing with that chick
yeah.
would have been because she actually sucks. She just fucks good. But she actually sucks. And off the start, when you don't get into that stage, yeah, first 2 weeks, I'm sure she's a cool person, you know? Super swag. You can ride my dick really fucking good, bitch.
I was hypnotized
She has a
by
decent personality, week 2.
I was hypnotized by it.
Yeah. Every chick is fucking you good. Has a decent personality, week 2, bro.
Is that?
Within month
I think
2,
that's
you're
what
like,
Dad said. Like, I think that was
maybe this chick does suck ass.
Dad literally said that shit, or like he kind of like looked at me funny because I came out and I was like, no, she's like she's cool, and he was like,
You sure about that?
she didn't really say much. He was just like, oh yeah. He doesn't like throw little comments out much, but like whenever it's like I'm just getting shit on, he just like goes and goes and goes and then keeps going, and then like I'm like, oh, thanks. But then it's funny because I don't know. I feel like we've always been raised with like not like a actually get mad, but I think we just raise our voices. I think like a lot. I mean, well, yeah, we're mad. We just go to like 0 to 100 really fucking quick.
Well,
But like
that makes it sound uncontrollable. I think what I've noticed over time is because like the three of us talk that way with each other and know what each other like mean. Like we're not like actually like
Yeah,
like we're pretty harsh with each other, but it's normal for us. And so like then when we'll get really passionate about something, like explaining something, then other people think we're like yelling at them. Not necessarily yelling at them, but just yelling in general, because they probably come from a lot calmer background where they don't have like that same closeness to where you're just like very open and very communicative with like the members of your family. Like it is kind of wild. Like a lot of families, they're just the different dynamics. Like our dynamic, like, and they all have their faults. Like I feel like the fault of this dynamic is like some things like today when we're like moving the thing and I make the comment like this, like the quick, like the little tiff me and dad had, just like upstairs moving shit today. Like that little shit will just like annoy over time. But like, or like some harsh shit will be said and it's like, yo, what the yeah. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just gets taken there, and you're just like, dude,
it gets taken there so
like,
fast.
This is not
dude.
What the fuck? Yeah. Why would
like
you say something like
you're
that?
You're making like a joke.
Yeah.
Like a risky.
Yeah, but then it's like he didn't know. Like I didn't come off joking. Like I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, not today at least, but. Yeah.
It just did, yeah. It was just taken there, and I was like, whoa. But then, like, same thing, other way around. Anyways, what was the fucking point of that? There was some point that we just dodged, but fuck it.
I don't know.
Stop. Anyways, yeah, I feel like I'm in fucking school again because I'm like starting to force myself to actually do this research. Like just starting to do a bunch of research about like history and like lobbying and like the pharmaceutical and like just like deals that have been made and stuff like that here and there, like following the paper trail that like isn't really talked about, like how it relate, like why it's important, rather than going into like each study and each like event like super in depth, just like why the string in the order that these things happened and these deals went down, and like who the people that these deals were made between, and like what positions they had at what company or organization or whatever the fuck, like why they mattered,
why it all shifted.
Going up, yeah, why it caused, like why they were like, cause that's what this shit is, bro. Like that's, everyone's so confused about everything all the time because like no one has like the full truthful context, because it's like we go through school, we get the history, we don't get like we don't learn about like the history of finance. We don't learn about the history of like every single country and everything that like how all of it connects to like what to current day, what the true probable motives are outside of what they're telling us and what people's general opinion is on like why Israel and Iran are bombing the fuck out of each other right now. You know? Like everyone wants to just be like, okay. Oh, well, you know, Iran is like terrorists, and like they're attacking Israel. And then you've got the other side that's like, well, Israel and the Jews run the world and they're just like power hungry. And it's like, you know, one side is I would think looking more at the truth than the other, for sure. At least more in depth, which I won't fucking name because the fucking camera is rolling. But like, I still think that like most people haven't done that like built that full factual context for themselves based off history and like this paper trail. Yeah. And if I want to be someone who's talking about it, I feel like a fucking poser if I'm not studied up like crazy like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking to talk politically, but I have to learn the whole fucking thing so I can make it make sense to the average person who doesn't think the diet thing is worth doing.
Yeah.
Or like or worth paying attention to, or that part of the system isn't worth fucking changing.
Bro, I saw some shit the other day, and it was like the average person is here, and then it's like all like the fucking conspiracies and shit, and then it zooms out and it's like 100 different things that literally, like, I low-key feel like I might have screenshotted it, but I don't think I did it.
Is it like a web of like all
Yeah.
everything, how it,
Yeah.
I guess, supposedly connects?
Not connects, but like, just like a fucking, like, he just keeps zooming out and it's just fuck tons of just like shit everywhere, words that are different, like things that like they've done to like fucking like chemtrails, fucking 9/11, yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
Like all that
Yeah.
shit.
It's just like, it's just too much. There's like too much shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, at the end of the day, like, what's gonna make all this connect is like the money. And so that's why I want to like get like to follow, like, learn about lobbying, learn about like the actual paper trail of like a lot of this shit, and then have like the history, world history, and like as like a way to connect it a little bit more than just like, oh, well, the money says. At least to have some sort of context to show maybe why the money is moving the way that it is. So I'm not just like turning myself into conspiratorial finance bro.
Yeah. Like, I definitely think, like, there's some things that, like, I'm like, there's... I don't even know if, like, I believe that. But, like, some things... I don't even have an example, so I don't even know why I fucking said that.
What?
That, like, I feel like there's just some shit, like, I literally can't hop on board with. Like, I don't...
Like what?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know why I said that, because I don't have, like, an exact example of anything. But, like, I feel like there's some... I don't know. It's just so hard to tell what the fuck is just, like, for clicks and shit now.
That's also why I'm like...
Like, I hate getting
That's,
my
like, the
information off of, like, Instagram.
That's the biggest
TikTok.
reason... Yes, that's the biggest
And
reason
X.
why I want to fucking, like... If I want to actually legitimize myself beyond just, like, dude, like, at the end of the day, like, I got lucky. Like, I had it was luck as well as, like, some natural... I mean, it was luck...
Because there is an algorithm.
Yeah, there is an algorithm, and there was work put in to, like, stay consistent for a long time, to suffer that fucking ego death of, like, people watching you and, like, people talking shit behind your back that you know. And then, like, it works, and you're like, oh, fuck. And in my case, it worked a lot quicker and a lot better than I fucking thought it was going to. But I, like, can't lie, I feel like a fucking poser. Not like a poser completely, because I have my beliefs, and I feel like I have, like... I would like to think I have an innate ability to just speak my mind freely, and like it happens to be in a way that like a good amount of people might be able to understand it, I guess, just based off of like that might be like that's got to be a factor of like the audience being building the audience to begin with, you know, like, but I don't want to be like, if I want to like legitimize myself and actually like make this my life and like use it for good, I have to do that, like research and like gaining knowledge. I can't just like be some dude who like got lucky and popped off on Instagram real quick. And now,
But that is another thing. Like, I feel like usually, I mean, people on Instagram, like, some people will like continue to follow you, and if it's a smaller group, it's a smaller group, but like that will just keep growing and growing. Like, cause like at this point you kind of have like multiple people who obviously sit here and actually like damn near watch every single video.
yeah, for sure. I'm sure that there are people, and like I know that there are people, and
So there's people that
are
wanna
extremely
hear it.
supportive, and like
Yeah.
they do, like, people respond well. You know, you're always gonna have those people out there that just like are hating on you just to hate on you. And recently I've gotten more of it because I've kind of like
That peeves low key.
what?
People just like hate to hate.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, from my perspective, it's like, please comment some just like hate comment on my shit, and then make dude, the thing that's really cool to see is like when someone will comment hate, and it's like it does feel dope when like one of the people who actually fucks with you will be in there before you're even in there, like being like, hey, fuck you, bro, like you're actually stupid, like this and that, just arguing back with the person. It's like you have like people who are aligned enough, and yeah, and that's like all it is. Like people, like anyone who has a following, it's like people who are like, and who's like trying to express points, not point, I mean, if that's like dumbing it down to what it really is you're trying to express points.
Yeah,
that I'm ditzing out.
But it's also not just like points. It's like the truth to things. Like
yeah,
it's hard to just be like another person on an app giving out information that people can trust, you know? Because so many people are bought out. So it's like, how do you build that fan base of they like seriously, like they're down for you?
Yeah, and well, like, and that's why like the words that you said is also like it's kind of what it's paradoxical. Like you hate getting your information from Instagram and like TikTok and Twitter and shit like that, but at the same time, I think a lot of people are shifting to getting their information, or have shifted from there, is because no one trusts like the mainstream media anymore, and like they trust like the average person like seeing what the opinion is, but then like the algorithms kind of control what people do and don't get to see still. But all of this to say, like, coming back to like having to do that research, the reason I feel like I have to do it is because when I do have it all, and I have a really good like general consensus and basis of like that paper trail, and I can sit down and talk about like a very simple topic, or not a very simple topic, like I'll be able to rant for like a long time, and like I'll be learning so much.
This is low-key off
that
topic.
Like what?
But what did you mean by all? When you have it all, what is all to you?
Well, I mean, like that's why I like stopped like correcting myself. Like I want to be able to sit down and rant like for potentially hours, multiple times a week, without having to put so much effort towards like what topic am I going to talk about, like how do I like pose this thing, because right now in my head it's all theories and like how I've been raised and my intuition on like how things are. And I think without having like actual evidence to back up like my beliefs beyond just like they're my beliefs and like this is just my hard gut feeling, I think it like I'm capped at just being like some Instagram creator, just like making talking head videos or like reacting to like the fucking McDonald's guy CEO taking the tiniest little pathetic bite of some new burger he put out, looking like he hates or doesn't eat that, you know what I'm saying, like doing like reaction shit, or just like keeping up with like the stories and doing like journalism type of, just like general quick easy journalism type of stuff, as opposed to doing that. Like I could rip, like if I had a very wide extensive knowledge of like the paper trail, lobbying, history, all of it, the big picture, then like I could rant for like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, like stream and do long form stuff and be more of like a show and like an actual hub for information rather than just a fucking like Instagram creator. Like I hate when people say like, oh, influencer, but it's like, yeah, what you're doing technically, like you're influencing the way people think or the way people act.
Word.
But it's like that seems shallow to me still. Like, I'm not trying to be like just merely influencing. Like what the fuck does that even mean? Like I'm trying to be like saying it how it is, waking people the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not doing anything in like a super aggressive way, but doing it in a way enough where like, you know, I'm not trying to be like anyone else, like, and you know that, but like the people like the Fuenteses, like Nick Fuentes, bro can just like rip Tim Dillon, another guy who can just sit there and rip. Tucker Carlson, he doesn't really have like his sit down. He's always doing it with someone else, bouncing off someone. But like anyone who has a show like that, who sits down, I feel like that is a really good medium to be able to do stuff and be able to like, but like both of those guys have like, that's his entire fucking life and existence. Tim Dillon's a comedian and he has a team around him that like helps him formulate ideas, and like he probably has bullet points and people like to bounce off of like as he's like doing it, and like pulling out videos and like making his case a little bit more in a way. And like, you know, when Joe Rogan has that Jamie guy who's pulling up videos and like orchestrating stuff like, hey, search this up, hey, do this, hey, do that. When like before having that, it's like you really, it's like you're also, now that I'm like, this is my job, it's like I'm paid for my mind, I'm paid for like what I can express. And like if I feel like I'm capped, like I just don't want to come off. I really want to do long form shit, but I just don't want to come off like a fucking, it is just like my fucking belief, my gut feeling that I'm expressing all the time. Like I want to have some like real hard evidence. Yeah, beyond just like, oh, did you see, like apparently Walmart is fucking putting chemicals that like they said weren't in their fucking fruits. This is bad because this and this and this. It's just like, that's so uninteresting. Yeah. And that makes you look like everyone else. But like, and I feel like I've fallen into like the everyone else of like the food health industry on Instagram. Like there's only so much you can do. And like some people fucking perform fantastically on like Instagram, far better than me doing health stuff. I just don't have the passion to go down and like do one single format every single time, do like all the research into like the fucking chemicals and what each of them does specifically. Like I have general knowledge, and like when I see something that's like crazy, like I'll search it up like when I feel like it, but I'm not doing it every single fucking time. But like what I am interested in is like, okay, what happened in history? What deals did they sign to make people, to shift public perception, to make people think that like no sugar and 0 calories is genuinely like healthy thing for you? Like automatically means healthy. That is what healthy is. It's like low calories, low sweeteners. And it's like, no. Like I know it's like no, but if I like, I don't know, more of those like esoteric kind of, well, they're not even esoteric, it's just like facts and deals that have gone down in history, and like certain agendas that have been pushed, and like certain research that has been industry funded, like insider funded sort of a thing, like knowing all of that stuff, being real quick with that, so that, because like my belief and my gut feeling and like my knowledge and like our upbringing and how we were raised, like I can rant on it for forever. But then there does become a point where it just gets like boring to me, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just kind of like, yeah, there's a reason I don't drink these fucking Baja Blasts even every month, even every 2 months, you know, like, yeah. But that's that. But then to be able to go on and be like, I don't know. It'll be cool. I'm gonna start doing more like the long form like YouTube shit, because that's where people will actually sit with you and they'll actually like hear you out. And if I can get good enough at it, like I'm comfortable enough, and we're recording this because I think this type of shit will like, it'll be cool to look back on, because I'm going to start doing this. Like I'm actively doing the research, and like Lewis and I are setting up that whole front room, like, yeah, to do like a sit down, like a talk, like a show. And yeah, I'll have bullet points and notes and stuff like that, but like be able to rip for like a good hour, 2, 3, 4 hours, like, and like make it make sense for the average person is like, I think about it, like, would feel dope. That would be sick. I'll get that back, no problem. I think it's bad. Damn, bro, I slept plenty of fucking neck and back are fucking killing it. Damn.
We gotta go fucking get those massages that we got for Christmas.
Yeah, I was gonna schedule that, but you don't work tomorrow, do you? Should we do them?
Oh shit, that scared the fuck out of me, bro. Yeah, I'd be down.
If they have like appointment slots, I'd be very fucking down to do that, cause like
Low key, I saw something about the fucking. I'm not saying there's any factual shit behind this because I haven't done any research towards it, but I just saw something and it said like, no, this dude thought it was a plant, the Austin shooter, because he had like some fucking Habibi like shirt on and some Habibi shit in his car. Like
yeah,
and
he had the Quran and he had a property of Allah sweatshirt,
like yeah, right after we found them.
Yeah, that
Like, I feel like that's just the government trying to be like, do something like to make it seem like a terrorist attack. Because I've seen so much shit that there's like FBI is looking into it because it was possibly a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
And then it's going to come out that it is. And then people are going to be like, oh, let's go to war with fucking Iran. I mean, we basically...
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just little things like that, like, are to shift public perception away from the fact that.
I mean, we're basically at war with them now, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Israel's at war with them, but we back every fucking thing that Israel.
Yeah, weren't we there though? Like, didn't we have like U.S. ships like fucking just? Or am I tweaking? It could be tweaking. Like bombing the fuck out of them, or like I saw something. I feel like, and it was a ship.
Well, I don't know. The main stuff that I've been seeing videos of is just Israel and Iran fucking bombing the shit out of each other, just like sending off.
Oh damn!
Yeah, Iran has hypersonic missiles, which is, I'm like, bro, what? Yeah. So allegedly, apparently, we don't even fucking have that shit, and I'm like, are you sure about that? Like, I don't fucking know, bro. I'm pretty sure we've got some shit. If we don't have hypersonic missiles, then it's because we have something else that is just like makes them pointless.
Dude, that's such a cap. We literally have a fucking laser beam, dog. What the fuck do you mean we don't have hypersonic?
Well, I mean, maybe if we don't have them, then we've definitely got the technology that's just like we can shoot them down easily.
And like,
ideally,
we just have something fucking 10 times better. Like, dude, there's like, I feel like there's no way like our military isn't still one of the strongest militaries.
I mean, yeah, I would say so too. I think it's our Navy and our Air Force that's like mainly what the fuck is up.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to like ground combat, I think that there's definitely countries that would fuck our shit up.
Yeah, I mean, fucking.
I don't know. Whatever China's got, like, I know
Vietnam was like fucked. That was like one of the not only wars, I guess, but like. Didn't we like we lost that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just like pulled up in the jungle. Bro, they had booby trapped a living fuck.
Imagine
and just
that.
absolutely got raped.
Fucking, like a little dink with a rice hat fucking just pops up like.
Dude, I don't even think it was necessarily that. Like, they were just, like, fucking pulling sharp-ass branches around a tree, and then, like, you walk through a fucking string, and then, your fucking chest is impaled, and motherfuckers falling through leaves onto fucking wooden spikes and shit, and all these weird-ass... Yeah, that shit
Yeah,
would
but
be
you know
actually
how many
scary.
like rat holes they had?
Yeah,
bro?
that shit would be fucking scary.
That's what I'm saying. You
That's probably why the U.S. made our fucking Air Force the way that they made it, because they're like, if only we could just carpet bomb the living fuck out of, like, all those forests.
Yeah, but at
maybe
the
we
same
would've won.
time, like, they wouldn't. Dude, it's so expensive to, like, for one fucking missile.
Yeah, well, I kind of, like, remember there was, like, wasn't there, like, a big, during that period of time, there's a lot of, like, the hippies were like, oh, no war, like, we shouldn't be over there, we are no wars, this and that and the other, and, like, society kind of painted those people as just, like, hippie fucking people lovers that, like, this and that and the other, like, I don't know, as people wrote off, like, why we shouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
Reality, like, I think that we shouldn't have to begin with, like, was, like,
bro,
anyone who has
why
somewhat
were we
of a-
there?
I don't know. It's kind of why I want to read up on, like, history and, like, learn all this shit. I'm going all the way back to, like, the Dark Ages and, like, even before Christ, like, learning about, like, Canaan and the Canaanites and the whole fucking rest of the world.
Like, go.
That's kind of what I'm learning. I've kind of been using AI just to be like, okay, like, I want to learn about all this, but, like, what do I just do it in chronological order? I probably will, because that would, like, make the most sense for me if I'm, like, reading a book and go from the beginning of the story to, like, the end. But I'm using AI to kind of do that research of, like, okay, what are those events that are, like, back in time, but, like, chronological, without it just, like, giving me, like, a fucking 30-page long thing to be like, okay, do all of this. I'm like, fuck. Can you just bullet point, like, all of the actual fucking important shit and all, like, the sketchy shit that, like, isn't necessary? That's the thing, too, is, like, there's things that give context, like the paper trail, that you're not just gonna find in, like, just, like, typical history research. Like, you gotta kind of dig and look for the shit and build enough of, like, a general knowledge of it to know what time periods to go in and, like, learn about, like, certain things that, like, maybe weren't exactly covered to the extent that they should have been covered, or like the history, or like the person who wrote about it was biased, or all of that type of stuff. Who painted, like, the public perception, or, like, the historical perception.
Yeah,
Because all that shit matters too. Like, I want to get down into that. All the shit, like Robert Maxwell,
Maxwell.
the textbooks, owning the whatever press, and it's all the McGraw-Hill textbooks that we fucking learned history out of in school. And people are just like, oh, no big deal. And it's like, you don't see, like, an immediate conflict of interest. Like, dude, something that I think, like, regardless of, like, I actually, like, don't give a fuck, like, what you think, like, what people will say and shit like that. Like, this could be any country but Israel. This could be literally any other country. But when you've got, like, I'm not just saying, like, a few here or there, like, and not even 10 or 20. I'm saying a lot. I would not be surprised if it was over 100. Like, people in office, in government positions in the United States that have dual citizenship with another country. Like, what the fuck, bro? And it's like, it'd be one thing if it's, like, an even spread across the board with, like, people with, like, from different countries. They're born here, but, like, their parents live here, and, like, you know, like, we've got people from Korea, we've got people from Russia, got people from here, got people in, but it's like, it's people with dual citizenship overwhelmingly from one specific fucking country. And, like, then at the same time, that country happens to be the only country that does not have to go in and get approved and, like, be held to the standards of the FAR Act. And instead, they have their own whole fucking pack that they get to fucking bypass any sort of, like, foreign, like, protection. Like, you know, it's fucked. And that's what, like, I think that like that one's drives a huge division, but the people who know what the fuck I'm saying there like are the young men who are gonna be the ones that would defend the fucking freedom and the free autonomy and livelihood of the average family and the average person. But right now, they just say that we're all fucking elite Germans. Wild. It is wild. But even then, like, I have my opinion there, but I think also this is something I want to avoid talking about because it's just like popular to talk about this, that, and the other until it's at the point where it's like people have actually, it's more than just like an online conversation. But like, I have my opinions there, but getting all the world history and the world knowledge and like all of the stuff that's like, you know, the context, it would more validate that side of things as well, because they have been a massive part of history. And like, I'm also studying like
Talking about the Germans?
no, the opposite.
Okay.
Oh, just that whole situation, just like studying up on like history of like the world and history of like these conflicts. And like I'm also doing like, well, I mean, Canaan was like the whole region of like practically like the Middle East, like that western stretch that is modern day like Israel, Palestine, all that area through there was Canaan and was like significant to the Bible. That's where all that shit in like the First Testament, like going through Genesis right now, and it's like all these stories are out of there. And so getting the context of like what that region looked like, I want to get context of like US history, of like Chinese history, of like Asian history, of fucking Russian history, like all of like the world history, to get the full context of like why things are the way that they are now. And then going into like the United States history, but like in not like the fucking George Washington type shit that we learned in school, and like the Christopher Columbus, more like the like what I totally just like dipped off there at the end. But yeah, it'll have to be what it's gonna be. Is people know what I'm getting at. I've probably just like talked in a circle and I'm like repeating myself at that point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like just zoned out for like the last minute you were talking. My bad.
Nah, that's good. I was just
like,
fucking noticed.
Brain dead.
You're good. Should we go back?
Yeah.
I think sounds good.